Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to the stream or the VOD. So today I put out a video kind of showing off how much I've done during the for the quest line. Pretty satisfied with it, to be honest. I mean, obviously it's not done yet, but I mean, yeah, yeah. Let's continue working on that. But I think first I want to fix a bug that kind of showed up in the video. And the bug that I'm talking about is a problem with the targeting system. So I'm not sure how long this bug has existed. I don't know if it suddenly popped up or if it always existed and I never noticed it until now. But when this dude like walks, I don't know if it's when he's walking or or what. But I noticed that the green target arrow kind of hovers in front of him when he's walking, but then it goes back to the right spot. It also kind of depends on which direction the player is facing. Yeah, I don't know what's causing it, to be honest, but yeah, I'm hoping on diagnosing that, finding out why it's like broken the way it is, and yeah, fixing it. So yeah, let's get started. For the sake of fixing this bug, I'm going to temporarily take the route that this dude walks during this quest, and yeah, I'm basically just gonna make him walk back and forth until, well, until I figure out what's going on. So this guy, Chirothian, that is the name of the species. Uh, yeah, I don't know what name to give this guy, but all right. So guide route. Actually, no. So this script that I'm using is is a script that controls the behavior of the NPC. What I like about this script is the fact that it is very, it's not attached directly to the NPC itself, and the NPC can like you can like switch to you can like switch between different behaviors depending on what you want that NPC to do. I think it's pretty versatile. I like it. I like what I've done. I think it could be better, but I think it's fine the way that it is. So NPC route, it has route point and point one. Next point for route is point one, and next point for point one is route. So what's going to happen is that this guy is going to follow this route. He's going to go from here to here, and then back to here, just over and over and over and over and over again. Let's quickly. Oh yeah, I have to actually assign behavior. Guide route, follow route. All right, let's fire it up, see if it works, and see if I can also demonstrate the bug that I'm talking about. Oh, right. Gotta turn the quest check off. So this is a system where if this quest line is not active, like if it's not discovered yet or if it's already been completed, it just deletes everything in this well, it deletes this node and all the child nodes from the scene. Not sure if that's the best way to do it, but it's it's the only way that I really know how to do it. So this guy is going to, and the reason that he didn't appear when I started the game is because the quest line wasn't active in the save file. So I'm going to turn the check off. So it's just going to always be there because I need to test the targeting system so that I can show you what I mean and then begin trying to fix it. What's he doing? He's not facing the right way. Well, now he is. He's doing the moonwalk. It's moonwalking. It's Michael Jackson. It's a smooth criminal. Okay. I want to fix that. Because that is not okay. That is not acceptable. I mean, it's funny, but it's not how I want it to work. Calculate look direction. Wait a minute, why am I overriding this? Oh, that's why. Cooldown timer. Right, right. NPC behavior, go to point, follow route, and guide route. Guide route is an NPC behavior where the NPC follows the route, but he's like making sure that the player follows them. Okay, so this should fix the problem. There we go. Okay, now I can show you what I mean when I say the targeting system doesn't work properly. You see that green arrow? It's in front of him for some reason. Yeah, that is what I mean when I say that the targeting system isn't working correctly. For some reason, it appears like over here in front of him pretty consistently. No idea why. But well, my goal today is to figure out why. This is the targeter. This is the script on the player character that controls the actual targeting system. And this is the targetable object script. It is a spatial. Both are spatials because the math that I'm using to determine whether a target is in range is calculated. It requires a spatial position, and the position of the targetable object itself also needs spatial data. So both are spatials. This has a bunch of math that detects whether like target is in range or it's in front. So let's try and figure out what's going on. So detect candidates in range, find nearest targets. Input. Select target. Target indicator. Target candidate indicator. I wonder if it has something to do with this. Oh man, I clearly wrote this years ago because it's just a bunch of if else if stuff. Yeah, not ideal for yeah, this is probably not very good. Well, I mean, it works, but just because it works doesn't mean that it's good. Alright. That, because I don't need it. Let's see if it gets printed to the console when the target is like floating in front. Okay. Um. What? What in the world? Oh, it's not a bug. It's not a script bug. It was never a bug. The problem was that this camera position node that's meant for like, okay, so here's what was going on. When the player triggers like an so I put these temporary barriers over here so that if the player that so if during the quest line the player goes the wrong way, a short cutscene plays where the camera kind of goes in front of him and he's like, "Hey, which way are you going?" And yeah, there was a node here, a spatial node that controls where the camera goes and basically points it at the dude, the little goober. And for some reason, I had the targetable script attached to it over here, like that. So the targeting system detects all possible targetable objects, or rather script object spatial objects that have the targetable script all them that are within range. And there was this one which is supposed to be there, and also this one which is not supposed to be targetable. So yeah, to fix that, I just unassigned the script. That should be good. Let's see if it yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed to work now. But I mean, let's just prove it. Yep, there we go. Okay, so my clue to that was that so when the problem was happening, let's see if I can undo it. So in the console, if there is a target available and an alternate target available, so the target available is the target that is most in front of the player and also closest. It uses the angle and also the distance into account. But if there are two targets in range, there's the second one that's like second in line. It's referred to as alternate target. And what was going on is it was a true. I mean, these are true false because I fixed it. But at the time that it was happening, let's demonstrate that. I put the targetable script back. I put the targetable script back on the node that it's not supposed to be on, so I'll kind of show you what I mean. Watch the console. You see that? It said true. There it says it right now. True. That tells me that there are two targetable objects in range when there should only be one, right? There should be the one that's above the player, but there's also one over here. True. That's what that was my clue that there was just an error in the dot in the. That told me that there was never an error in this script or this one. It was just an object that was targetable that should never have been targetable. So yeah, now it's fixed. Problem solved. Very good. Excuse me. Just a silly mistake that happens. Mistakes happen, right? Things happen. Yeah, you try not to do them. All right, what should I do next? What shall I do next? I guess what I should do is I should actually work on the next part of this quest line. That is when he arrives here. I think I was about to. I think I said I was gonna work on it yesterday during stream, and then I never did because I got sidetracked. So yeah, let's try it. Let's try and do that right now. Right now. Okay, so let's delete this because we don't need it anymore, and let's delete that because we don't need it anymore. Initial NPC behavior will be guide root. That is the. I'm just gonna ignore these. That is the script that basically says follow this route, but make sure the player is following too. But only if the player is either ahead of is either following or ahead. Okay, so on destination reached, change the behavior to idle. Actually, no, I should change it to get player, and then Yeah, look at player. Let's see. Then have them look at the, where's the player? Pro tag. And in addition to switching over to idle and looking at the player, this guy has an interactable thing which is set to, where it can be interacted with, is set to false. I want to make that true. Invalid node. Set interactable can be interacted with. Activatable set property bool. It's not what I meant to do. Did I? What? Copy property path? Oh, okay. Yeah. Set that to be true on this interactable object. Let's make it so that hold on, let's copy some stuff here. Here's 2, 1. Oh yeah, one other thing that I'm kind of proud at that I did yesterday off stream, like afterwards, is I added, actually I might have done this on stream. I forget if I did this on stream or not. I think I did actually. But yeah, I mean, just in case you didn't watch it, or like, yeah, just in case you didn't watch it, I made it so that the show text script, it allows me, it has like an option that allows me to hijack the camera and then release it on finish and control some stuff about the offset for the camera. So basically, the camera is going to look at the thing that you're talking to, or the sign that you're reading, and I can control the exact. Hold on a sec. Got a phone notification. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, these are basically just positional offsets or multipliers for the camera. The idea is that it dynamically chooses a camera position that and looks at the target. So I don't have to create a so that I don't have to make a node that sets the camera in the way that I want it to be set. It's a I did this to reduce the amount of work that I have to do in the future. Because one thing that here's this is a hijack camera script that basically takes the player camera and makes it look somewhere. I'm still going to use it because it's still useful, but now I don't have to use it anymore for like talking to an NPC or reading a sign. It makes things a lot easier for me. Yeah, I did that like yesterday, or it was either yesterday or the day before, I forget. But pretty happy with it. Haven't encountered any issues with it yet, but that might change. I might have to fix some things. Wait, this is still running? It is, wow. I didn't even realize. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see if that thing we just did works. And you can kind of see that his head is looking at me. Pretty proud of that. His eyes track me too. You can't really tell though, because it's a low resolution. Sorry if the music's a bit loud, I can't really... Oh, it crashed. Game crashed. I didn't choose close, it crashed itself. Oh, that's why. That's why. Yep. Yep. Why am I using a string? That was dumb. Stupid decision. Why did I do that? Absolutely stupid. There we go. Now I can just say... Now it's going to dynamically update when I change things. Oh, what? Still relative to... Oh, yep, yep. Of course. Of course. It's the little things that you forget about that I'll just screw you over. It still crashed. What? No, not found. What do you mean? Not found. This is set, isn't it? Isn't it? Returning null pointer. Oh, it's because no, it's yeah, yeah. I forgot how node paths work. Uh, yep. Okay, let's fix that. Set NPC behavior. In Canada, you spell behavior with a U. Why did I? You know what? Let's just use the American spelling. This doesn't really matter that much. Alright, let's see if it crashes now. So now I'm using a reference to the actual NPC behavior instead of a node path. Or reference to a node path, which, yeah, I forgot. Node paths are relative. So I can't just take a node path from one node and expect it to work on another one. Okay, that works. That's good. One thing I want to understand is I want to know why that happened. He's like, hey, wrong way. But maybe it's because, oh, I think it's because I put this collider a little bit too far in that direction. Maybe I should move it back, make him less sensitive. I think the problem is that I walked like over here. Yeah, I think that's what happened. So now, when the NPC arrives here, I want him to say this way, which he does, which is good. But then after he says this way, I want him to run off over here. Should be easy to do. Oh, whoops. So now I need another NPC route. Let's take this guy, this second route. Move it over here. A little too high off the ground, I think. Second point, where is it? Over there. Will be over here. Somewhere that technically can't get to. Oh yeah, there's another bug that I noticed. So, when the player touches a loading zone, what's supposed to happen is the camera is supposed to the screen is supposed to darken. The player is supposed to, the camera is supposed to stop moving while still, the position should stop changing, but it should continue watching the player. The player should lose control of the player, the character controller, and should keep walking in the forward direction. And then the next scene loads, and that next scene takes priority. Here's what's happening. The camera is darkening, or the screen is darkening, and it does load the next scene, but the camera keeps behaving. It keeps doing what it normally does, and it doesn't stop. It just keeps following the player, and then the player still has control of the character controller. I mean, the next scene ends up loading anyways, so it's not a huge deal right now. It's not like it is not top priority to fix it, but it is still something that's been bothering me. Do you think that I should fix it at some point? Okay, so back to the topic at hand. On interact. He'll say this way, and then when he's finished talking, we'll have him follow route 2, NPC route 2. And there should be no function that it's called on destination reached. Okay, let's test this out one more time today. Rolling makes you go faster. Oh. Well, he looks at me, but he doesn't follow the route. Did I forget to do that thing? Yeah, I did. Right. In case you're wondering why I'm not just using the standard in case you're wondering why I'm not using the standard Godot engine, like a E-star pathfinding system, it's because I don't think early 3D games used that very much. I mean, I'm sure that some of them did, but the games that are inspiring this project did not. They had NPC. Typically, enemies didn't have very elaborate pathfinding. They'd kind of just make a beeline for the player and then circle around, and maybe circle around the player. Like the game that I'm primarily talking about is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. Most NPCs would just kind of move towards the player without taking any walls or obstacles into account. In fact, I think they didn't even take the the vertical y axis into account. I think they just when calculating movement, they would take your x and z coordinates and use that to determine which way to move. And if they were close enough on the x and z coordinates, they would attack you, even if you're like standing way above them. And actually, the best way to observe this is in the Forest Temple in Ocarina of Time. In the first room of the Forest Temple, if you use the hook shot onto a wall, well, if you spawn in the if you walk forward a little bit, I think a wolf host would spawn in. I might be confusing this for Master Quest, But if you hook shot onto the wall where there's vines, and then climb up, and then go onto the tree with the branches, the wolfos will just start running underneath you, and then as soon as he's like directly underneath you, he'll start attacking you, but none of his attacks will get you because he's like he's not even close to you. He's like way underneath you, but he thinks he's close because it only takes the X and Z axis into account. I'm not doing that. I'm taking all three axis X, Y, and Z into account, but I am doing that thing where there's no where the pathfinding is really, 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 really basic and just kind of making a beeline for you. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that when NPCs follow routes, it's like a predefined route of like positions. That's what I'm doing right now in this project. Oh yeah, I was gonna fix this bug here. Forgot. Oh, I know what's going on here. Because this doesn't have a... Yeah, there we go. That should fix it. It's because there was an empty string there. There we go. And it crashes because the next scene is like... Either the next scene is bugged or... Okay, yeah, it's I think the reference to the next scene is broken. Yep, it's broken. Next scene is blank. Scene entrance is also blank. That would explain everything about why the next scene isn't, about why this literally just crashed. I think I'm probably done with this level for now. I'll probably come back and refine some things. But yeah, what you just saw is, I think, a pretty good... It's playable. It keeps the player from going out of bounds or outside of the intended play area. And it takes the current quest line into account. And the NPC behaves in a way that I think the NPC should behave. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, I think this is probably a shorter stream than usual. I usually stream for about an hour, but I think this is only for like 50, I think we only did it for like 50 minutes today. But yeah, I'm gonna end it on a high note because I'm satisfied with the way the scene is right now, and I'm gonna quit.